In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
Oh, I wasn't even fucking recording.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my god. So he's been bugging me to dance, drive. So, but as you can see, going straight down the road, doing good. There's a stoplight, he's slowing down. He's got his hands, 10 and 2. So yeah, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We just went to Walmart because we got to go early to get everything. Keep both hands on the wheel. God dang it! You keep looking both ways in the intersection so you can see if cars come when the lights turn green. Oof. So, but yeah, he's been bugging me for the last couple weeks to drive. He's just got his permit, so. But I'm all scary. But he seems to be doing all right, except for when he first started out this morning, he had his hood on, one hand on the wheel, you know. So but you see, it's a nice gloomy day out. It's supposed to be damaging winds and hail today. I don't see it, but you know, I don't know. There was a little bit of thunder last night, but so yeah, this is pretty much it. Yeah. A couple days a week we go out to Walmart first thing in the morning, and you know, after that it's all quarantine, stay at home. And, it's the first week without Jeremy. Since we've been married, we have not spent a single day apart. This has been kind of rough. Might have to make him quit. Yeah, because I don't know how long I can do this. Like, you know how they say old people, when they're together forever, and one of them dies, and then, like, you know, a couple days or a couple weeks later, the other one goes. I can see that. It's been quite stressful. But, I guess it is what it is for now. So, go Team Fish. Whoop, whoop.
Which way are we going?
We are going to go right. So, put on your blinker. Make sure you stop at the stop sign. I'll show you, but I don't want you guys to know where I live. What else was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, someone had mentioned drinking with Selena. Well, this little guy here, he's got some recipe that his stepmom makes. It's like some noodle and sausage, like kielbasa type dish. So maybe we'll have some Cape Cods and try to drunk cook the shit out of it. So hopefully we don't fuck it up. But if anything, at least it'll be some funny shit. So, I guess on that note, we'll go for now before he kills us all. I tell him how to get home because he never pays attention. I want to drive. Which way's home? So, oh, he actually remembered what street. All right, well, everybody, make sure you keep it between the ditches and like, share, subscribe. Yeah. Bye.
Sup? Well, I got loaded down, it's Monday afternoon, around 4 p.m. right now, 1600 hours. You can see I am in Atlanta, going around the west perimeter beltway. I got unloaded down in Albany, Georgia. Immediately got another load. It was only 20 miles away, and now I'm going up to Union City, Tennessee. So taking the route, go all interstate instead of the state highways. You know, I mapped it all and stuff. It was more miles, but it was going to take the same amount of time. You know, an interstate's just always easier, usually. So, figured I'd pop on in Atlanta though here and do this because go ahead and show traffic. Anybody that ever comes to Atlanta knows that, you know, traffic sucks here most any time of the day. And coming up 75, getting on the Beltway now. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of traffic, but there's been no slowdowns. Everything's been cool. See how it goes going all the way around though. I mean, it's 4 p.m. so right in that prime spot where traffic should be just horrible right now. So I guess just kick back and enjoy the ride around Atlanta. I think I gotta get over one. Yeah. Jerk off driving like a maniac. There's a little Amazon truck van. Yeah, guess I don't need these anymore. It's actually kind of getting a little dim out now. See better with these. Yeah, by the looks of it though, I'm not going to make it all the way to Union City on my legal hours. Doing my drop this morning, it was running up on 550, 600 miles to get up to Union City from Camilla, Georgia, where I picked up, and I'd already broken into my 14 by going to drop this morning, so yeah, everything was beeping. I mean, I get it, it's all little safety equipment and all that kind of stuff, helps people out, but all the beeping does get a little bit annoying, I gotta say. Yeah, I was talking to Selena earlier though. It's been pretty rough on her. She's even told me, she's all, just quit, just come home. Well, how are we gonna pay the bills? I mean, we got money in the bank and stuff, but you know, it's hard every month that we're off for 2 months and we just watch the bank account notching down, you know. It gets a little bit hard to know you're not putting anything back in that's worthwhile, you know. I mean, even if you went out and just found jobs or something like that, at least it would slow the hemorrhaging, but especially still having this truck and the payment every month and all that stuff, you know, and you're not out running it, so, you know, everything's just, you're just dipping into your savings constantly. You got to keep moving, you know. As soon as I was able to find something feasible to go back to work with, it's like, alright, had to do it. Yeah, usually it'd be pretty congested here right now. It's not as bad as it usually would be. Of course, something about Atlanta, I always notice, like this blue car to the right, out here just driving like maniacs, you know, just darting through traffic, cutting across multiple lanes. Of course, this dude's all thumping music and stuff, all bouncing around and stuff. Of course, let's see if there he goes. Do it. See, he accelerates real hard in the slow lane. Okay, now he's on the brakes. Is he getting off at this exit? Cool. Thank you. Go away. Disappear. Go spin off over there somewhere. I got a truck totally up my butt. There's somebody on the right of me. I'm going to pass up this Warner tractor and try and get over. taste, buddy? I was doing like hitting on 75 and that guy was just up my ass. He was so far up my ass, I felt his boots on my balls. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of these signs. Coronavirus, isolate the elderly. I got to call in. I mean, I know I have this waiver for my hours of service if I want to go ahead and make it all the way up to my drop tonight, and then I'll take my 10 off. But I guess because I'm hauling food stuff, so I'm exempt, was my understanding. So I figure I might call in and ask a dispatcher or whatever what their take on it is too. But as far as I know, since I'm hauling food, I'm supposed to be exempt from hours of service. So I know I was saying the other day, like, I'm not going to violate that, but I'd rather, they already got me lined up with another load after this, and this kind of thing, if I can just, because it'll be like seriously like a half hour to an hour over, and it's only because my 14 is going to run out, not even the drive time. So it's like if I can actually just run over that half hour, 45 minutes or something like that, get to the drop, and then, you know, go ahead and park it there and just take a 10 there and come back at first thing in the morning and grab my other load, because now I got to leave Union City and go to Little Rock. Then, actually, I'm not sure how they're going to run this. If they're going to, I know they put me in for home time for the 3rd. So I don't know if they're actually going to get me back up to Champaign. That's a big ass pothole. They're actually going to get me back up to Champaign by the end of the week to take a couple days at home, and then for sure I'm going to be off April 19th because Selena's birthday, so I'm going to make it back for that. Can't be missing that stuff. Yeah, Selena, she's been calling me, texting me nonstop, all kinds of stuff. She's just saying like she don't think this is going to work out. She doesn't know what to do with herself anymore. She's been cleaning the house like crazy, putting stuff in like totes and boxes for storage and everything, and all of our stuff. So because we're going to get ready to move again pretty quick too. We're probably going to end up moving over to Missouri or something like that. And she's almost running out of things to do, she feels like. So I said, hey, just do one big thing a day. That's it. Just pace yourself. So you're not going stir crazy, like get everything done in 2 days and you got nothing else to do. Just take time, chill out, you'll be alright. But yeah, so you can see traffic though, it's not bad. Yeah, hopefully they keep me moving decent here though. I make enough money to make this worthwhile, make profit. Putting some money in the bank. Running solo with a truck payment and everything, you know, definitely start looking at the possibility of if this truck, if the engine blows or anything like that, you know, as a truck, it's out of warranty. You know, gotta take everything into consideration. That if the engine were to blow, or the tranny or the rears, the DPF system, if it took a major dump again, while we still have money in the bank, then you got to start considering, though, is it worth it? Because you get that fixed. Say I got to rebuild the motor and it's $25,000. Now you've dug into your savings hardcore, turn around, get back out on the road, and the tranny takes a dump, or the DPF system takes a dump. Well, that's going to be another $10,000. Like right away, turn around, boom, get hit. You could be out of business and broke, and so I mean, just all things to consider while you still have money in the bank. Like tomorrow, if this engine took a dump, I'd be like, I don't know. Might have to go ahead and park it. Take the hit. Oh well. Go back and find a job for a while. Just brush all this stuff away and, As it looks right now, though, just doing the math, as long as I get, say, 2,500 miles a week, I should be making about $1 a mile to my pocket. So if I can put 2,500, 3,000 bucks in the bank every week, and after I pay for everything, then cool. Just keep on plugging along with that idea. And for the most part, it looks like they're going to keep me pretty busy. So, like I said, looks like business is only getting better for them right now. There's no slowdown. Although we may not have hit our apex yet of all the stuff going on. We might have a downturn somewhere. So. Wait and see. I'll go ahead and run this as long as I can, try and put money in the bank as much as I can. If everything seriously takes a dump after that, at least I put some money back in the bank. And if the world's going to hell in a handbasket, we go into a serious recession now and things do get that bad, then I mean, you always got to take things into consideration. When you're out looking for a job. What was it last week? Something like 3 million people applied for unemployment in 1 week across the country. I mean, everything going on with this virus and the economy, it's real. I mean, the panic is going to cause the economy to take a dump. So hopefully as soon as the whole virus thing is over, the economy shoots back up and everything starts to get better. But then you never know. It's just, I mean, anybody can remember 2008. If you've been through this stuff, it's like, it's real, man. It happens. Then after 9/11, everything got real bad. Back in the early 90s, things took a dump. 87. Of course, I was still in like junior high in 87, so I didn't know, what was going on with the economy. I remember 91 vaguely. I was just about out of high school. The economy downturned right then. All the real estate stuff took a dump or something like that. So, but definitely after 9/11, I remember it was really hard to find a job for some time. And then 2008 especially, and that's when I lost my first truck. I was out of work for 3 months until somebody threw me a mercy bone and was able to get an old job back at a gas tanker place. And these things I learned after 2008 to insulate yourself. It's always an important term. I remember at the time my ex-wife and I were renting a house, and the people that owned it lived right next door. After the economy crashed, of course, I lost my truck, and then my wife at the time, she up and split. Because like I said, most dudes will find out how much they're really worth once they don't have a paycheck. And once I wasn't bringing any money into the house, she flat out said too, even though she had a job and everything, but she talked about teamwork among couples, She goes, well, I'm not going to get stuck paying for all this. I'm all, say what? She's like, oh, I'm out of here, And then, come to find out she was trying to bang other dudes anyways and stuff. It was over. So she up and split, moved out, left me homeless, you know, because I had no work for like 3 months. I ended up sleeping on my parents' couch, all this jazz. So anyway, 2008 actually happened though. It was brutal, you know, and it took a long time to get over that. In a lot of ways, you know, a lot of people still haven't recovered from even back then. And just, it was a real rough time, and it took a few years before things started, you know, kind of coming up again. So what's going on right now is definitely real. I've been there. I know how real this is. Like, I can sit here and talk all day about, you know, oh, it's my truck and I'm going to do what I want, and blah, blah, blah. And then you come to find out real quick, like, hey man, there are some things that will be out of your control. And if this economy takes a dump again, which it already has, it's just going to be the trickle down of as we lose more and more as time goes on throughout this year. But if we really do have a serious downturn, it's going to affect everything. Even if you think you're in a secure line of work, and you're going to be okay. But if you don't have money in the bank and you're out there spending money and living check to check, you know, that's why I'm so glad we have a good amount of money in the bank right now. But we've had to take this hit, that we're insulated. That's what the guy that lived next door to me and owned the house I was renting from him back in 2008, that's one thing. He goes, he went through 1987. He said 87 crushed him, you know. He's an older guy now. He said after that he learned his lesson. He insulated himself. He immediately, because he was a finance guy or something like that, anyway, that he turned around and immediately got out of debt, bought his house outright, he paid cash for it, bought the house next to him, which we were living in, paid for that one as quickly as he could. So he had 2 paid for properties in Las Vegas, and paid off all of his debts, and just started dumping money in the bank and saving it. And he was standing right there as I'm sitting there losing my truck, I'm losing my business, all this stuff in 2008. There he was going, I'm insulated. These things don't affect me anymore. He says, that's what I've learned throughout the hardships of my life. He goes, now you'll learn that you're going to live through this one, and you're going to remember it. And he made the key term, insulate yourself. You know, just as long as you insulate yourself, these downturns in the economy won't ever affect you. He says you can hold on for a long time while things rebound and, you know, take a dump, that he has no mortgage, you know, he has no bills, his cars were paid for, all that kind of stuff. If he loses his job tomorrow, he doesn't have to worry about it. So, I mean, just like, say, Dave Ramsey, you know, the whole money makeover thing. It's the same thing, you know, watch your money. So, you know, that's where I'm trying to get to also. I mean, we went out and bought a car a few years ago. We've got a debt on this truck, but this, you know, the truck is a debt as long as, you know, you're making money and stuff like that. If you need to close this down, give the truck back, they'll settle out, you know, whatever. But insulation, that's one thing I've really come to believe in. So all you guys are out there running around right now, living check to check, just spending your money. I want to go buy a new pickup or whatever, all that crap. And you're living literally check to check. You got no money in the bank, you have nothing to back you up. Whether it just be regular savings, you just put your money in your checking account, just start building it up wherever you can, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, or, you know, turn it over into invest in mutual funds, anything like that, you know, just whatever you can do to compound the interest a little bit on your money maybe. But pay attention to that, save your money. It's anything I tell anybody that's young now, because, you know, now I'm 46 and I've learned my hard lessons. Learn from guys like me that made the mistakes and went out there for a long time. Like, oh, I make $800 a week, I can afford that car payment. You know, it's just, you look at your situation on a monthly level, not on a yearly level or anything like that. it will come back to bite you big time. So that's one thing I tell anybody in their 20s right now. If you're living like that, just check to check. Just take $100 a week and start putting it away or something like that. You know, whatever you make, put 10 or 20% of it in savings instead of putting it into a car payment or something like that. Go buy a cash car, ride a scooter, I don't know. Oh, go down to Walmart and buy a beach cruiser, you know, a bike for $100 or something like that, and just ride that thing around. Buy a cheap house. And there's houses out there in the world for $50,000 or something like that. Get a cheap house, pay it off. That's what we're going to try and do. We're not going all full gangster anymore. You know, we've learned we're not going to go overextend ourselves anymore and stuff. So well, you saw traffic around the Beltway wasn't bad. We're gonna hit the 75 here in a minute. So I get on 75 northbound, go up to Chattanooga, get up to Nashville. I cut off on the 840 west. Around the bottom side of Nashville there. And then hit the 40, go over to the 45, shoot north up to Union City. So, good times. Yeah, usually traffic all through here though, be screwed. They give you sitting in stop and go traffic. I mean, if you're working and haven't gotten sick or anything, I mean, actually this whole shutdown of everything is actually kind of nice in a way too, you know. Just, I know it sucks for most everybody. There's people out of work and whatever, but no traffic is a real nice thing. Marietta. I used to live in Marietta. Oh, man. Truck is a lag wagon, man. Come on. I mean, I got a 40,000 pound load, so going a little slow. Yeah, I used to live in Marietta back in '93. A buddy of mine and I literally threw a dart at a map and said, Georgia, all right, let's go to Atlanta. You know, we just wanted to be in the spot where there would be the most work and stuff, so we ended up, a buddy of mine I was working with in Southern California at the time, he grew up in Marietta. So I go to Marietta, man, it's real nice there. Stay away from this part of Atlanta, that part of Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. And we ended up moving, getting a little 2-bedroom apartment right off Roswell Road. Is it, I forget what highway, like the 120 on Roswell Road. I got a job at the A&P supermarket as a cashier. And then he got a job at some furniture store or something like that. Yeah, we stayed for like, I don't know, hitting on 6 months. And he got homesick and wanted to go back to California because he missed his girlfriend and stuff. Of course, she was calling him all the time, come back, I miss you. And of course, then we moved back to California. He got back with his girlfriend and broke up with her a little while later. So, guess could have just stayed in Marietta. I mean, it's all right here. That was back in '93. It wasn't quite as crowded here as it is now. Yep, 120, that's right. You take the 120 up, it cuts like northeast. You go up there, get off of Roswell Road, make a left, and my apartment complex is like a mile down on the right. I forget the name of it now though. It was fun living out here for a little bit. Atlanta was pretty cool. Went to Stone Mountain. Went up to, oh hell. Climbed up Kennesaw Mountain, Kennesaw, whatever. It was like supposed to be, I think it was Kennesaw Mountain or whatever, was a overlook for the Confederate troops back in the Civil War. That was their lookout up there if they could see troops, Union troops coming from the north. You go up there, you could still see like old Civil War relics, you know, like I guess there were pieces of like cannons and stuff up there still and all kinds of stuff. Then we went up to Chattanooga for something too. I forget. Went up there to see something. Forget. It's been almost 30 years ago now. Yep, Roswell. Yep, I got that 120 East right there up the Roswell Inn, and right out to my place. Well, I guess we're kind of through Atlanta, so traffic seems to be doing all right. I guess that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. The new Trucking Without Selena. Anybody, it's been a while since you've driven around Atlanta. That was it. So cool. I don't know, nothing special going on this one. Just driving through Atlanta, rambling. Like I said, just gonna start rambling. So, all right. So we'll check back later, though. Film some more later. Maybe tomorrow. Cool. All right. Out.